Good evening, Zelda Speedruns. Time for another Majora's Mask Randomizer, Season 5 Standard Tournament, Winners Bracket Round 1 race between Boo and ThePainapple. Joined today in the comms booth by Captain MD13 and Katie Bean 626. Take it away, guys.
With pleasure, Saberstorm. Thank you once again for having us, folks. Always another good night for MMR. KT Bean, we have a lot to look forward to tonight.
We sure do.
Yes, we've got two veteran runners going at it this evening, so we'll be getting started in just a little over 90 seconds. They are on a stream delay this evening, so what we will be seeing will have happened about 15 minutes prior. But KT Bean, so we saw a couple of nights ago that we had an interestingly quick race despite some really weird hints. What are you hoping to see tonight?
I said it before and I'll say it again. Required butler, and hopefully this time it won't get hinted dead on the first hint stone.
Indeed. Now, that all being said, I would just like for the hints to not be so stupid as they were on Sunday, hinting three hints hinting to all the same dead thing.
True.
But that being said, even if the seat is pretty trash again, these runners are both extremely adept at their ways here. So we're going to see a great race for sure.
Yes, we will.
Now, if I'm not mistaken... Okay, yeah, we've got their... that's right. So yeah, Boo is seated 11, Painapple is seated 22. So yeah, they're both... again, both Masters of the Craft. Both have been around for quite a long time, so we're going to see some good stuff out of this. As far as, besides the hints not being trash, what I would like to see... Let's have something important on Hugo. Poor guy's been conspicuously absent from the last few races I've called.
Yes, let's feed the hungry Goron today.
Alright, folks, welcome to the Twilight Princess Oh, wait, wrong game. Alright, and yeah, we had seen this earlier on in the pre-race, but yeah, both runners are going to start with a sword upgrade today with a free Razor Sword in the Clock Tower. So, very nice. Looks like that was a bomb chew on Cafe's face. What's on Cafe's chest?
I didn't quite see what was on his chest. Oh, just a piece of heart, it looks like.
Alright, and before I letter to Cafe hint, as usual.
Hopefully we won't see a laundry pool foolish today.
Alright, and Painapple going with the South Field opener. Boo going for the straw roof chest immediately here, but it's nothing important. We'll see what they find here, if it's money or a heart piece.
We got some red rupees on both sides.
Alright, some early money to start things off. Good for your early tingle check. Boo's going to do the south to north orbital circuit here for the Clock Town opener. Immediately dumping some money into the bank. Interesting choice.
Ooh. Looks like a bow in the South Termina Field chest.
Very welcome. Milk Road Foolish. That's not particularly powerful.
No horse race, at least. That was Ocean Spider House chest is dead.
Alright, we got quad hints coming up. They read Boach Archery is a Gold Dust Bottle, which is not required. Dampe's a Bomb Bag, which is not required. Ocean Spider House Day 1 is dead, and Gorman is dead. That is an interesting set of hints, and fairly powerful at that.
Yes, especially not having to worry about gold dust today. If you need it for on day 2 or night 2. But also can't sell it for money this seed unless if you want to do boat archery.
Now, it should be noted the Gorman hint is specifically for sound check. It is not for the Gorman race. So, believe it or not, that's not hinting an already foolish Milk Road. Oh, okay. Free bombs.
That is the mountain title deed in North Clocktown.
All right, so immediate north access right off the bat. And projectiles, which early bow is really good because that gives you mini games. That gives you this tree item right here, which I can't even see what that is right now.
It looked yellow, but I don't think it was light arrows.
It might have been double defense. All right, fairy reward for the human is a heart piece. We do start off with a Deku Mask today, so we also immediately have a lot to do in the south.
That is the land title deed in the tree.
That's a great spot for it, because we can already turn that in.
2 pieces of paper, each in a tree.
And Termina Field is way of the hero, and water is wet.
Oh, we did find a bow there, I believe.
We found a bow, and where was the bomb bag? Was that in South Field? South, or Pat's Swamp?
It might have been Road to Southern Swamp, but I'm not sure.
But yeah, that's kind of a water is wet wath. Because, yeah, Termina Field, when isn't it? Well, actually, I say that. Bombs were in Road to Swamp. Okay, thank you, chat. I say that. We actually did have a Termina Field Foolish in a race a very long time ago. And it kind of threw off the entirety of our runners' openers. Loving the respect for... Go on.
I was going to say, I see in chat, it was the Road to Southern Swamp grotto that had the bomb bag.
Okay. Oh, in before Road to Swamp is hinted way of the hero. By the way, love the respect for the Twilight Princess OST and Boo's suite here.
Yes, and I also see in chat that we did have a Termina Field Foolish in a bracket match recently.
Interesting. Okay, so it's not entirely uncommon. Looks like Painapple had fairly little trouble with Swamp Archery.
Yes,
He's gonna
I think
get
it was just... Oh.
It's gonna get an item right away here.
Ooh, nice bottle on Swamp Archery, and I believe Deku Playground just gave us some money.
It did. That is a really good time to pick up that bottle. Painapple may, This does seem like a Rush South seed, strangely enough. Which isn't a particularly common thing we see. We don't usually see bow and a bottle and Deku Mask already on the table here. So, like, if we already get, like, say... Yeah, like, if we already get Sonata on the monkey, like Fitz Vanilla Sonata, we can already clear a dungeon. Which is pretty nuts, considering that it's only about 6 minutes.
Or if we find a Goron in the south, then it'll be rush south to go north.
Indeed. Although the thing is, we can already go north, too, which is really interesting.
We can, but... Oh, that's another bow, so our Termina Field Wath is not the bow today.
Yeah, that means it's something else. Fascinating. So water is wet, but what is the water's chemical makeup? That is another bottle on the Taurus Center roof.
Which we do have access to.
Yeah, wow, this seed is offering nothing but convenience to our runners. We've got a deed already, we've got multiple bottles, and it looks like Painapple wants to save scum the land title deed.
I don't blame him. Since you're going to be waiting until midnight anyway, at some point.
Meanwhile, Boo taking full advantage of that bow from East Clocktown to rush minigames.
Yeah, I think with the Sphere Zero bow, you gotta be doing minigames unless they're foolish.
Painapple could even do Honey and Darling Day 1 courtesy of the bomb bag right now, and assuming Boo finds it, they could decide to do the same. Alright, the land title deed turns into a heart piece and reset.
Just the Great Fairy's mask off of Town Archery.
Again, wrong Great Fairy item.
It is a heart container on the postman today.
Alright, no need for the letter to Mama for that. So that for Painapple is good because then he can just turn it in for toilet paper later. For the land title deed and save the mountain title deed for something important. We did see a title deed come into play a couple of weeks ago, and it basically decided the race between the two runners. Alright, Painapple starting his rupee dump here.
Boo doing bombers.
And I don't recall there being anything exceptionally noteworthy on Swamp Tingle, although the fact that Bomber's notebook is there, our runners are going to be very happy to see that it is not someplace on the way like it typically is. And Boo, our first runner to check Madame Aroma, while Painapple sets up Bombers. Boo has already done the same, to be fair. Yeah, right now, this particular start screams Rush South, but I wager both runners still want to be thorough with their openers first, and Painapple delaying Observatory is actually panning out, and rushing South first is playing out in his favor, as he'll be able to check the Bomber's hideout chest immediately. So we'll see how Boo chooses to respond to this. To clarify with chat, runners start with a single transformation mask guaranteed as a starting item, which could be either Deku, Zora, Goron, or FD. This time they started with Deku. That is the standard rule for Season 5.
Interesting. Boo got the room reservation item, which is a piece of heart. Then went and did a grandma story. And is now inverting.
I wonder if Boo wants to do a full South run now, and then come back for Bomb Grandma later, but needs the time to do so. What locks out? But what gets locked up between? Boo's rushing Postman minigame early, before the night. Fascinating. This is not a play I'm used to seeing. Painapple, meanwhile, timing the room key pickup perfectly with the Postman. Oh, looks like Boo missed the Postman minigame. Imagine if this is like the third bow and it's like, oops, all bows. Oh, Boo was way early there.
What is it? I did a practice seed yesterday and it was, oops, all bombs. I had all 3 bomb bags in like 10 minutes.
Sounds like your seed was quite explosive.
It was.
Another heart piece. We're not going to say no to hearts this particularly early, just because, you know, Majora, thinking ahead for Majora could be quite a pain if you're running on low hearts. Interesting that Boo is deciding to do all the night 1 stuff before, or the evening stuff before night 1.
Yeah. And he's inverted. I'm curious to see how he's gonna fill the time between now and Bomb Granny.
Alright, Guru giving us a Garo's mask. So we got a free Icona mask today as well. Interesting. This is freeing up. Well, we're missing obviously items for Icona, but this is this might free up a lot of areas of the world early.
And that was magic on Boo's side.
Alright, and Painapple is doing the same checks right now, so he will eventually run into that. All right, so bombers have blast mask, which is appropriate.
That is good for Boo right now since they don't have the bomb bag yet.
That's a good shout. Boo's delayed observatory as well, so this ends up playing well for them as well. So this is what you call getting bailed out. That seems to actually sum up a lot of Boo's early routing here. They've been able to get away with a bow and explosives, both not the first ones that Painapple's picked up. Now we're seeing that Termina Field sweep from Boo, so I wager the plan from them was to go ahead and sweep Termina Field first, and then come back for Bomb Granny later in Night 1.
That makes sense, and the invert was for P-Hat, it looks like.
That makes a lot of sense, because, yeah, P-Hat's not awake at night. Ooh, Painapple trying to sneak in some extra rupees from the gong at the bottom of 730 and succeeds. Well done.
Unfortunately, I don't think the Frog Hat will be Way of the Hero today.
It will not. I did not see what was on Stumpy. Swamp Spider House is dead.
I did not see either if Stumpy was small or large.
What was boat archery again? It was a dead check at the very least, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, the gold dust.
Yes, the gold dust. Deku Palace is fully foolish.
Fully foolish. Now that is an extremely powerful foolish. Remember when I said rush south? Well, besides Woods of Mystery, you could forget that idea.
Now with a fully foolish Deku Palace, that does unfortunately mean that Pamela will not be seen in this race.
Yeah, that unfortunately means that Storms or Healing is one of those songs. Unfortunately, Boo did not get the Milk Road Foolish. There I go, switching my first letters. Sorry, Boo. But yeah, Boo did not get the Milk Road Foolish hint, which unfortunately means they're going to be burning a little bit of time on Gorman here. Although, this will tell us some good information in case this is like a Keaton mask or something later. I do see we've switched audio to Painapple.
It could still be something useful like the Great Fairy Sword off of Horse Race.
Could be. Great Fairy Sword can be in a foolish location. I don't think FD can be.
FD cannot be in a foolish location. Neither can Giant's Mask.
You know, it's starting to actually look... come to think of it, what's left for Termina Field here? We've seen Dodongos, we've seen P-Hat. Have we seen Pillar Grotto? Goron Race is dead.
I do not believe so. We also have not seen Observatory either. So...
If it is Observatory and both of our runners just delayed Observatory, delaying their Way of the Hero, it's going to be kind of hilarious.
I wouldn't be surprised if Painapple will route it in right now with Deku and going in through Termina Field.
You know what? That checks. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, and we also have Healing Kamaro as well in Termina Field. And we have our two Zoralok checks, the Underwater Chest in Termina Field and Biobaba Grotto.
Ah, yes. Alright, nothing of importance on Gorman that will tell us anything new. Pillar Grotto is dead. It could be the Business Scrub.
That too.
That would be pretty spicy, because that's wallet locked, and unlike traditional Season 4 settings, we have not yet seen a wallet.
And it looks like Painapple will be going in through the Termina Field entrance to Observatory.
And Boo getting the Milk Road Foolish hint and wondering where was that when I needed it 3 minutes ago.
That's a Great Fairy Sword on Observatory.
I mean, it's not Way of the Hero, but we will absolutely take it at this early stage.
So we're down to Camaro, Business Scrub, or a Zora lock check.
And we can... Or Stumpy, which is a big gilded chest.
Or Stumpy.
Boo gave us a brief look at that.
And with a bottle and Deku, that Stumpy is in logic. Because we can go to Deku Palace and get a bean, even though Deku Palace is foolish.
And Terminafield is way the hero. Thanks, game. Thanks a bunch. I mean, that being said, you know, we are 18 minutes in, and we've already swept most of Terminafield, so we don't even know, and we don't know what the Wath is. So already this is actually getting kind of spicy. Now, to clarify with chat, because we got Deku Mask as a starting item, Bean Daddy is in logic immediately, and can be considered logical beans rather than the bean pickup like normal.
Nice double defense on bank 1.
And I recall seeing a silver rupee on the bomb shop, so I don't think our runners are interested in that right this minute. Painapple's time of day fairly appropriate for Blast Mask Lady. He's going to have to wait a hot minute here, but not too long. It also looks to me like Boo has uninverted.
Yes. I believe he uninverted right before Horse Race.
Chat brings up a great point. Fox saying that if it is Stumpy, then... Well, we have a bottle already, but... Well, actually, yeah, that makes sense. Because Deku Palace is foolish, the song can't be Storms. So it would have to be Song of Healing. So we have a foolish healing, which means Camaro is off the table. So more than likely, it's that Stumpy chest. Alright, we'll see how our runners deal with this. Unfortunately, we still need beans, which means they'll probably have to detour to Deku Palace eventually if they can't find a bean for free somewhere else.
Is the postman's hat off of Bomb Granny.
Well, no better time like the present to check that. Literally a post box right here.
Some nice money.
Painapple not going to say no to that right this minute. Gives us some money for the big bomb bag check.
And Boo's getting their bomb bag now.
We're going to see that observatory check. Now, this is considered East Clock Town. Doesn't look like that was gilded, and it looks like Painapple agrees and is noping right out. Alright, so now Boo has picked up their bomb bag, is going to ignore that bomber's notebook. So yeah, it's... Do we have a Bean of the Hero? It's looking like we might have a Bean of the Hero seed. You know? Now, chat brings up something of interest, is that we have not yet seen, Toilet Hand. Which Painapple has chosen to has not checked yet. Might route it in after this Honey and Darling really quick. Actually, no, can't, because it's already day 2. So yeah, it's just flat out, oops, I think that was a mistake.
It happens to the best of us.
Boo is turning in the land title deed, to get the bottle. Interesting. Man, both of these runners just have bangers on their tunes today.
So I think Boo might have realized that they can't go to Deku Palace via the Poison Swamp quite yet.
Yeah, is also out of time for Blast Mask Lady. Has to basically turn around and do it now. Interesting choice of number of rupees to dump for the bank there from Boo.
I missed it. How many did they put in?
To clarify with chat, yes, Boat Archery is the Gold Dust, Ocean Spider House, both the reward and the chest are not unique items. Now, funny that Boo is about to get that money immediately refunded to them.
And that is a really nice spot for 200 rupees to be, because it's easy money when our runners reset cycle.
Indeed. Alright, now that it is day 2 for Painapple, he is going to go ahead and get rid of that rest of Swamp Loop, minus the Deku Palace bit, since we know that's foolish, except for possibly snagging a bean. In fact, very likely snagging a bean, honestly. That's a void out.
I see why Boo put in that specific amount. It was so that a full wallet would get them to bank 1.
Ah.
Exactly. And Boo getting their Garo mask as well.
You know what's funny? All the crazy stuff we have gotten, like the bow and the bombs and stuff, and so far none of them have produced any major results yet. Because I don't think we found anything projectile locked that's particularly good. I think the progression is literally just on Stumpy, and the other stuff is a freebie. What was that, another bomb bag, question mark? Hold on.
I think it was a bottle of milk?
It was the milk bottle, yes. Alright, day 2 woods. Sorry.
I was gonna say day 2 woods has something. Just the giant's mask.
I mean, it's logic, more than anything. Now, the Deku Palace hint was in Milk Road, yes? So Boo should have... I would wager Boo's seen that by now, because they went to check Gorman Race. Was that... or was that on the South Termina?
I think it was in Milk Road, which Boo has seen it. The Painapple, I believe, has not seen it.
Alright, so Boo is turning in the Mountain title deed. Now, granted, we can't turn this in its appropriate place yet anyway, so this doesn't feel too bad of a play. Okay, game, we're good on bottles. We've literally seen like 4. And I don't think Kotake had anything particularly important. Yeah, it's funny. The game's showering us with bottles, yet eggs are not required. Eggs are forced junk this seed. To compensate, the song that eggs would normally contain is on the clock tower roof of the Skull Kid, where Song of Healing would normally... Not Song of Healing, Song of Time would normally be. There's the other Dampe hint for Boo. Yeah, Gold Dust being hinted dead is really good, because that just locks out Smithy Day 2. That's one less thing you have to think about when you go north. Right now, I think what our runners would like to see is a bottle. Not a bottle, a wallet. Sorry, they've seen plenty of bottles, and some way to get a bottle of hot spring water. That's what I was getting at, or fire. All right. Yeah, Painapple's just gonna ride this straight over to Deku Palace and grab beans. This makes a lot of sense. Although, kind of so weird that, it's really weird that Deku Palace is foolish, and yet it's going to be where we get our beans anyway for our Way of the Hero tournament of field.
Yes, but I don't think the Painapple has the hint for Deku Palace foolish.
Oh, wait, yeah, no, it's Painapple that doesn't have... Oh, yeah, that could be a problem.
Oh, we'll at least see what the foolish song is.
And, yeah, we were theorizing earlier that because it's foolish, but we need probably water for Way of the Hero tournament of field on Stumpy. Painapple almost got caught there. That it's very likely that this is healing. Unless, if it is storms, then maybe the logic just doesn't care since we found a bottle early. But we'll see what happens when Painapple gets the song off the monkey. Either way, he's at least going to grab water here. To clarify with chat, looking at the bottom... Oh, yeah, the scenic boat ride looking at the bottom. That's for lag reduction. But yeah, it does kind of defeat the purpose of the scenic boat ride.
We just got a vanilla bean.
Beg your pardon.
We did. That's what the bean guy gave. He gave a bean.
What? So we... Oh, yeah, because Painapple didn't spend any rupees. Okay. Wait... So that tells me one of two things. Either there's a hookshot lying around someplace else, and that's our logic for the that's our logic for Stumpy, and that's even assuming Stumpy is the progression. If it's not Stumpy, it's just flat out something we can't do. Although, you can also buy the beans normally, and that's still considered in logic regardless of the foolishness, so... Yeah, this... You love logical brain teasers, folks?
This is certainly an interesting case. I think we'll have to see how the Painapple approaches this logic. If he thinks that the beans will be foolish, or since you can buy them, if they'd still be in play.
Okay, so allegedly Foolish Deku Palace ignores the free bean. So I don't think we can read into that. Especially because, again, Deku Palace, and yeah, that storms, that checks. Ooh, a bad song. So yeah, that checks. Foolish Deku Palace, so... Yeah, I mean, it literally only rules out one check, but even still, it's a good check. It's a good audience. It's a good audience check. Now, both of our swamp spider houses rather are dead, so nothing to worry about there. We're gonna see our runners all do their woodfall clears. Now, no sign of Sonata, so. We're not going to see a Woodfall Temple dive yet, even though at this stage we could. If Sonata shows up on, like, Skull Kid. If we're bottlenecked into a Skull Kid Sonata, I'm gonna laugh. Because there is literally... Sonata is the only thing keeping us out of Woodfall Temple right now.
Yes. It'll be a slow Woodfall Temple without fire arrows or hookshot, but still fully clearable. I believe that's a big chest in Woodfall. I think that was the only big chest.
I believe so, yeah. Woodfall has a tendency... In my experience, Woodfall does have a good chance of dropping progression. Looks like Boo wanted to grab this chest here just to see if it was a hard piece or money for safety. Alright, what do we got here?
Captain's hat.
Alright, that's a song. And that's a fully clearable, almost fully clearable graveyard.
Oh, I might have been mistaken. There might have been something in the back of Woodfall as well.
Maybe. I need another look. Oh yeah, there's something. That dragonfly is about to... Yep. Saw that coming. Looks like Boo is buying extra beans here. So it looks like they bought 2.
I think they bought 1, but...
Or have 2 totals, what I mean to say. Ooh, extended magic. Not unwelcome, not what we're looking for, but not unwelcome. Okay, so our runners are going to be going into the majority of this sea with Great Fairy Sword, extended magic, and double defense. So, their loadout is exceptionally convenient today. Let's see what that big bomb bag was that's been staring us in the face for a hot... Oh, right, we already established that it was a milk bottle, and we're good on bottles today. But yeah, Painapple's making a sensible play to keep dumping money into the bank. Even though we don't have any knowledge of a wallet being required yet, you know, it's still not a bad idea to dump excess money into the bank anyway, just in case, because you never know with MMR. All right, and we are going to see if Stumpy is our way forward here. If it's not Stumpy, then the answer is either on the business scrub, which we have not seen, or it is going to be
Kamaro
Zorlocked.
or Zorlocked.
Yes, Kamaro can also be on the table too. That's awkward. Midnight meeting hint any? Oh, we can't. We've got our sometimes hints burned already. That's not what you want to see as a way of the hero, because there's basically nothing we can do with that this cycle at the moment. We're way past midnight meeting already, and we don't have Letter to Mama for Madame Aroma 2. I like where this is going.
Yes, and I think chat pointing out that even though we had Song of Storms Foolish, since we had plenty of bottles available to us, that doesn't mean that bean checks are foolish.
That's what I thought.
If I'm reading everything correctly. Also, I did not see what was on the business scrub.
Yes. Sorry. Business Scrub was Red Rupee, so it is not Business Scrub. So if it's not that Cafe Mask, then it's Zorolocked. Although if Cafe Mask leads to Zora Mask, that's gonna be funny. There was a big gilded chest on the Icona pillar.
So, Storms is not bottle locked in standard settings because Bean Skip is enabled.
Blue Ball Sword might be relevant. Woodfall Temple, foolish except for the song. Again!
Ooh, that's an interesting hint.
Interesting.
It's like all of your early progression is in the south, but there's nothing else important in the south. With Deku Palace and Woodfall Temple foolish.
I don't know if either want to repeat the sunken chest to answer a question in chat, but we're going to see a full clear graveyard here. While there's still just enough time on the clock to do so. We know Damp Bay is more bombs, so we're not going to be checking those. Wooden chest on Kita, nothing of importance there. And to answer your question, chat, yes, Great Fairy Sword was on the Vanilla Moon's Teardrop. So Great Fairy Sword literally stabbed itself into the observatory's front yard.
Yes, and I also saw in chat, you're absolutely correct. The getting to Deku Palace was bottle locked since we don't have Pictobox or Goron or Zora. You are correct.
Yeah, so in order to get through without Deku Mask, the logic does expect you to take the boat ride, even though you can use the boat to knock out the Octoroks. Or is that not the case? Again, if we're wrong on anything, Fox is going to be the one to answer, because he's been doing a great job so far on that front, including bringing up that storms might just be logic reduction.
Oh, that's true. You can go through the other way to Deku Palace with just Deku and Bow without the boat ride. It's just quicker to take the boat in that case, in this specific case.
Yeah, that checks. So there was nothing stopping us from getting to the bean courtesy of the bows. All right, day 2 graveyard is nothing. Okay, is graveyard literally just a song bottleneck right now? Please don't be just a song bottleneck. Or be healing, that would be even spicier. Which means we need literally everything. Geez, Painapple, did you get enough heart drops back there? I think he's good.
I'm quite impressed he just ran right through on the invisible platforms.
Alright, we're seeing Boo make that Captain's Hat rush as well here. Whoops! Painapple slightly a bit to the left. Looks like he's going to improvise with the Blast Mask here. Oh, that works. Almost fell off there, too. Yeah, this opening has been kind of yikes, because outside of our early stuff, we, A, haven't satisfied the Termina Field Wath, which is our only Wath right now, I might add. And we haven't gotten anything that really... Well, I say we haven't gotten anything that blows the seat open, but we can still go north. You know, there's still stuff we can do. We've got some checks in Great Bay with Labfish, Coast Grotto. We know Ocean Spider House is dead. And we need Hookshot for that anyway, so... Oh, hello. What might you be?
Well, that opens up a few more Termina Field checks.
Yeah, that's really good for Painapple. I would wager he's going to head straight for that as soon as he's done with Graveyard.
And watch, we're going to see in Ranch a kind of Graveyard Way of the Hero.
Oh, that would be... You know the hints are going to do that. Because, again, Season 5 hints have been nothing short of... Ooh, nice double jump from Boo there. The hints have been nothing short of spectacular this season. The song was Oath.
Oath.
Okay. I mean, we need that, but that's really not doing us a lot of good right now. Can you give us Sonata, please? I would like there to be a progression. Well, actually, no. Woodfall Temple is foolish except for the song, so Sonata is literally only good for Boss Blue Warp right now. Ugh. Clarify with chat. Painapple already did Night 2. That was the first thing he did. He did 1, then 2. 2, then 1, rather. And day 2 was nothing anyway. Alright, so this is Painapple about to get... There was something nice on P-Hat. I don't remember what it was.
I believe it was a frog.
Oh, that's right. It was unique, but it wasn't anything helpful. Ooh, I think Boo was going for backflip bomb shoes there for the bats, but is starting to have a little trouble with the ones far away, so this is where the part where they improvise with the bow. Literally for both runners.
Yes, and I imagine the Painapple will give us our first look at ranch hints.
Yeah, we really do need some intel here. We're missing 2 watts of Foolish and our last priority hint, according to my list. And there are a few hint stones in Ranch, so hopefully something good here. Now, Painapple's going to get the unfortunate news that Deku Palace was foolish in a second here. And asking, where was that when I needed it 10 minutes ago? Milk Road is foolish, so Painapple checking Milk Road Tingle and getting nothing. Yeah, to clarify with chat, as soon as beans can be bought with Deku Mask as a starting... Again, with Deku Mask, specifically with Deku as a starting item, beans are just in logic from Bean Daddy with literally just palace access, nothing else. Regardless of palace being foolish or not. Alright, we got another hint. Graveyard is Way of the Hero!
I don't mean to call it.
We don't call this trash on purpose, as I always say. Wait. The song was Oath. What else did we find? Oh, right, we found Zora Mask. Duh.
Yeah.
Not helping, game.
I will say these dogs kind of sound like some seals right now. On the Painapple side.
Oh my. Okay, so far hints giving us no information. There are some hints in Great Bay, which is probably Painapple's next stop if I had to wager. The hint in Dog Race, to clarify with chat, was the Woodfall Temple hint. Woodfall Temple foolish except for the song. Now, that tells me that's... Well, obviously that means Sonata can't be... Sonata can't be on Boss Blue Ward, because that means Woodfall Temple could potentially be a first clearable dungeon. Boo is not going to Ranch. Interesting. Oh, the other Deku Palace foolish hint. Thanks, game. Still not helping. I'm sorry, did we literally only get one Woth out of that?
I think we have one more Gossip Stone
Okay, fair enough.
behind the. Yeah.
Oh, this sunken chest is something.
Gipto in a Woth location when we already have Garo.
That's concerning. Seahorses is dead, by the way. That was the last hint. So we have all of our priority hints. We are missing a Woth and a Foolish. That's spicy. Okay, that's a hard piece in Biobaba, so it's not that. So right now, the Tournament of Field Woth is either Midnight Meeting, Madame Aroma 2, or it is Gibdo for the well.
Or it could be whatever's on Kamaro.
It could be. We need healing first, though. Either way, spicy.
Yes. And I believe we're just missing one Woth. I believe we have our 3 Foolishes with Milk Road, Deku Palace, and Woodfall Temple.
Oh, yes, we do. Thank you for reminding me about Deku Palace. I completely forgot to write that one down.
No problem.
Midnight Meeting is a sometimes hint, so it could be required even though it hasn't been hinted yet. The only hints that are dead are the priority hints we haven't seen, like Fisherman, for example, is Fisherman,
Butler, Gossip
Butler,
Stones.
unfortunately. Yeah, sorry, Katie, but you don't get your wish tonight.
No Butler. And Beavers and Ranch Sisters are also dead today.
It's very often, it's not frequent we go without a Ranch Sisters hint. That's very commonly hinted in this day and age, but not the case tonight.
Yes, Gossips. Yes,
Nope,
it's an always hint.
You beat me to it. We think on the same wavelength. That's a good thing.
Yes, but even if Gossips was hinted, it does not. If it was hinted required, it would not satisfy the way of the hero for Tournament of Field.
Yes. If a priority hint specifically is hinted as required, then it does not satisfy a Woth. So Boo, with a fairly solid Tingle snipe, I might add, discovered there was nothing on Coast Tingle. We're seeing Labfish now. Yeah, Runner's kind of playing a little bit of Simon Says here because, frankly, we're getting bottlenecked again. No, we literally have nothing else we can do right now.
We do have some checks in Zora Cape, Zora Hall, Pinnacle Rock, and Pirate's Fortress Exterior.
Ooh,
so we do have
Mask.
Unfortunately, it's too late to turn that in. So that'll be for next cycle.
That's unfortunate. Now, the way I interpret this seed is going, it feels like we might be getting a. The way I see this, it's probably Sonata on Skull Kid, and our next progression is probably related to Boss Blue Warp.
We'll say the Painapple doing the same snipe that Boo did to get Tingle down.
Ranch's Way of the Hero. Okay, that's spicy.
Required lemons, anyone?
And we can't do anything else over there. Now, that is a Woth you want to see, because it's something that can be on the back of your mind, because it's locked behind other progression, right? So, even if it is just the song, you're going to find Goron Mask and Keg before you get the song. So, that's really helpful in the fact that that could potentially make your endgame a lot easier. We do find a Romani's Mask inside Pirate's Fortress Exterior, though. Gorman is dead, but hey, we got a Cafe's Mask in Way of the Hero. Wait, no, that won't. Romani's Mask isn't required for that. Never mind. It could be helpful either way if we get a convenient letter to Mama here. No, well, there's the other. There's the other bean. Although I don't think we can read into that at this stage. I think that was intentional from Boo. Halt! Yeet!
They might be heading towards Pinnacle Rock now.
Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. In that case, we have filled out our hints. There's the other ranch hint for Painapple, so both runners now have the knowledge they need.
Captain's Hat... I don't remember where it was, but I know we found Cafe's mask on Stumpy.
Captain's Hat was in Woodfall, as Fox points out.
Yes.
So yeah, that's unrelated to any of our wafts. That doesn't look important on the like. Alright, there's 2 checks left in Cape. There's the sunken chest and the grotto. There is a couple things we can do in Zora Hall. Unfortunately, we can't turn in the mountain title deed. We do not have Goron Mask. We could see what it leads to, though, for one of the checks. Oh, okay. Mask of Sense in Pinnacle Rock, and we don't have a wallet, and we have a potentially Way of the Hero Gibdo.
Oh, no.
Now this is more like it. This is what we call spice. And Painapple finding an all-nights mask in the Cape Grotto. Alright, that's something we can turn in next cycle. Alright, well, we're starting to put a profile of what our cycle 2 is going to look like here. Oh, well, there's the other bow.
I believe that's bow percent.
Yep, it is. Hello? I said I was on bank 2, so a wallet is required. Oh, you thinking what I'm thinking? There's probably a wallet in the well.
Oh, that would be... evil. No, it's gonna be, required Gibdo mask.
Oh, wait, no, chat brings up a great point. Well is ice locked anyway, so no, never mind.
That's right.
What was that in Lulu's room I couldn't see?
I had missed it as well.
It is a purple rupee. Okay. So bank 2 means one of our wats could just be for the ranch wath could just be for a wallet. Both runners have been dumping money into their banks, and Boo seeing that a wallet is important is very good knowledge. I don't think Painapple, based on the way he's been dumping rupees, is going to delay that for too long, especially given you're getting a free gold rupee next cycle anyway. And what is the song that's on Skull Kid's foot today? It is New Wave. Okay.
We cannot access Great Bay Temple without a hookshot, though.
Right. And furthermore, Boo also showed us that Clocktown Central Pillar is a big chest, and we cannot get that without either Moon's Tear or hookshot. Now, Painapple is not currently within striking distance of Bank 2 yet. But again, we'll most likely just dump another gold rupees worth in at the start of next cycle. But yeah, the way I see that, I mean, a wallet's obviously required for Bank 2. To clarify with chat, Bank 2 requires one wallet, Bank 3 requires both. By logic. I mean, you can get the items early, it would be painful, but you can do it. Thankfully, the All Nights mass purchase is only a blue rupee, so nothing of importance there. The only thing that is stopping us from Icona access at this stage is a hook shot.
And logically, a wallet.
Indeed. So yeah, that means the wallet has to show up before Upper Icona, which means it could just be chilling in Shrine if Light Arrow shows up. We also have Grandma Stories next cycle. I think next cycle is going to be pretty short, because I think you're going to immediately... and Deku Palace lets you get into... actually, no, during the day you don't need Room Key or Deku Palace, so never mind. Yeah, so at this point we've got Grandma Stories. You probably just blow right through day 1 on your next cycle. You just don't even worry about it. Or you're Boo and you get Letter to Mama on Couples Mask and you rush right back and turn that in before too long goes by.
This rolls quite nicely for Boo since... Oh, they don't have the All Night's Mask yet. I was gonna say, it would be nice to just go do Grandma Stories to get to day 3 and then proceed to night 3 to hand in that Letter to Mama, but they don't have the All Night's Mask.
Oh, the other thing is, Boo, the other thing is Midnight Meeting, too, so you probably don't want to blow right through that. I think you check Grandma on day 2.
Yes.
Or at least Short Story on day 1, but I think you... Yeah, this is getting weird very quickly. That being said, Boo is already accelerated to night 1 on this next cycle. Oh, wait, no, Boo's on night 1. Oh, right, because Couples Mask was too late, so... Huh. Alright, folks, well, happy 1 hour. Both of our runners have just concluded their first cycle here in this race in the Majora's Mask Randomizer Season 5 brackets. We have Boo versus ThePainapple going at it on this Tuesday evening. I'm Captain MD13, joined tonight in the comms booth by KT Bean. We have got Saberstorm doing the tracking and the restreaming for us tonight, so very big thanks for you for doing that, Saber. And yeah, KT Bean, I gotta say, this seed is getting pretty spicy. We got a lot of potentially lousy progression required areas.
Yes, we do, and thank you for co-commentating with me.
Surely. All right. So we're going straight into night 1 here for Painapple. He's going to go straight for Midnight Meeting. And based on the way he's got his masks arranged, is likely to be also rushing Letter to Mama. I wonder if you just, after Midnight Meeting, you just blow the cycle and go straight to night 3, assuming Midnight Meeting is nothing. Because the way I see that is it could possibly be a keg on Madame Aroma 2, in which point you have to force cycle reset anyway. Either, or even Midnight Meeting could be keg. And we already know Ranch's Way of the or this could be for the Ranch Waff, is what I'm trying to get at here. But assuming the Ranch Waff is the song, you have to get it done before night 1. So, in order for that to work, regardless of if keg is on this chain, to clarify with chat, Postman's Freedom is a heart container, so it is not required. So the only reason the Letter to Mama could be worth is for Madame Aroma 2. Which, given that we found Cafe Mask in Way of the Hero term in the field, that is a distinct possibility. But yeah, what I'm going off of is, if it is keg on either Midnight Meeting or Madame Aroma 2, it's a forced cycle reset whether you like it or not. Alright, what's on Clifford? I don't think we saw this. Purple Rupee.
It was, yeah, Purple Rupee. I think Boo had checked that before.
Alright, well now the Ranch Waff is going to definitely be nipping on both runners' minds here, given that, again, there's nothing we can do in Ranch at this time. We either need Bremen's Mask, Mask of Truth, or or the other section's nerve to just YOLO dog race. Or Goron masking keg.
It could be required dog race for the keg.
That would be stupid if that's the case, because that is yet anything that is locked past day 1 is a 4-cycle reset for if it's keg. We're gonna see if well, actually, Painapple can't do Pirate's Fortress Interior right now, courtesy of no Goron Mask or Hook Shot. So yeah, we're not gonna be in Pirate's Fortress long right now. Oh, that's right, this was the other bean. So yeah, we're kind of just locked out right now. This is a very strange bottleneck, but yeah, Painapple's going to take the same halt, yeet method that Boo did earlier. So yeah, it seems like, again, we're seeing a lot of Simon Says here from our runners. But we are going to see the Midnight Meeting check here now. You know, with Cafe being in a way of the Hero Tournament field. Boo, I think, is now just realizing that they forgot Midnight Meeting and is just blowing straight to day 2. Blowing through night 1.
I don't think Boo has the cafe mask.
Right. Boo never did pick that up. It could be. Chat was mentioning this earlier. There's a concern that they might think the bean is foolish. That could be a little awkward. And now this is entirely assuming that Midnight Meeting is even in the way of the hero. For all we know, the way of the hero could be in the well because of the captain's hat. And it could be Graveyard Wath to Gibdo Mask Wath to something else. With Majora's Mask rando hints, you never know. Alright, Grandma Long Story is Goron Mask. Okay. Short story wasn't anything based on the lack of tracker updates.
Yes, I believe short story was 20 rupees.
So yeah, the way that tells me you should just dump the cycle, get the letter to Mama out of the way, and yeah, just blow right through the cycle. This cycle's already toast.
Yeah, but I don't think Boo's going to turn in that letter to Mama without the cafe mask.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that's a problem on Boo's side. But I'm more referring from a hindsight perspective. Like, if you're in a situation where you have all these items, Painapple's within striking range of Bank 2 now. Should hopefully get another dump soon. Now, that being said, Boo is going to get it via the Seam Strats. So is going to know something's wrong here. With this Cafe Mask pickup. Now, Painapple is, okay, so it's Seam plus damage boost. Interesting way of going about this. Painapple dumped some money, then bought the silver rupee on the small bomb bag, and got ice arrows. Well done. That's a very heads-up play. Unfortunately, Painapple has to go in the hard way due to lack of room key. Alright, we're seeing Punch Rock Grotto in Icona. Nothing of importance there.
Painapple having to wait a little bit before Anju arrives for Midnight Meeting.
Alright, so Boo is on final day now. I'm sure by now they're thinking about the letter to Mama. In fact, they might be going back for it. Where was letter to Mama again?
It was off of the couple's math.
Oh, so... Oh, did Boo might have to... Yeah, Boo's going to have to grab it again. I don't recall seeing them... Oh, wait, no. Boo has it, because this is the beginning of the next cycle already. So yeah, Boo has that. And it is not Midnight Meeting. So it's either Madame Aroma 2 with the letter to Mama, or it is... Or it is Gibdo, and it's a Well Seed, which we're missing a hook shot for. Now, that being said, Boo is our first runner to go north on this final day. Definitely not a bad idea to start hitting some owl statues, getting some movement done here, and you could get the song. Which at this point probably is required regardless of what it is. What does Hugo have for us? I did not see what that was. Boo went through that way too fast.
I think it was the Keaton mask.
It was. Good shout. Good eye.
But we do know that Keaton mask is foolish, considering Milk Road is foolish. So we do not need to feed Hugo today.
Oh, yeah, I guess that checks. Or the comedy option is healing on the ranch song. That would be comedy at this stage. I don't recall what was on the short story. I don't think it was anything. All right, what is on the business scrub purchase? Well, we'll find out later after Shrine. Join us next time on Zelda Speedruns.
We did see business scrub. Oh, you mean the business scrub in the north?
The mountain scrub, yeah.
Yes.
All right, Lullaby gets us Elegy. That's useless. Thanks, game. Now, again, this is actually working out really well because that means the ranch wath is... It's starting to... It's getting to the point now where... Okay, that was a hard piece. It's getting to the point now where we're starting to find a few more things, and the ranch wath is going to start spelling the seed out a lot more once we finally get this keg. Or if it's Bremen behind Bremen or Mask of Truth, which we still haven't seen yet, to be fair. Ooh, nice jump slash there from Boo. To answer a question in chat, Graveyard Ledge on Kita is nothing.
Nothing in Lens Cave today.
Huh, that's very rare, honestly. Even unhinted Goron Village, that's not often we see absolutely nothing in Lens Cave. What are you playing, Space Invaders with those drums there, Painapple? Have you got the GameCube bongos plugged in? And yeah, the way Painapple's setting up this time of day, this is absolutely Letter to Mama turn in. Pirate Sewers and Interior are open as well now, courtesy of that Goron mask. Where was All Nights again? It was on, someplace semi-dumb.
Zora Kate Grotto, I believe.
That's right, so it was behind Zora Mask.
You know, we also have that mountain title deed to turn in as well. I think it was in the North Clocktown tree?
Yes, we do. All right, Madame Aroma 2, are you the answer?
Oh boy.
Oh no, not again. As we both say with last week's seed fresh in our minds.
I was thinking the Painapple was just there.
This is funny. If this swamp deed actually turns out to be something, I'm writing this down.
Oh, Boo was there. My apologies.
Yeah, so Boo's the one who went north, not Painapple. So Painapple might go north. Ooh, Painapple trying to skip some of the rupees for Deku Playground Day 3. Not sure how much faster this is compared to Day 2, obviously, but no. He's going to wait for a He's going to wait for the rupees to loop again. Anything of importance in the sewers? Potentially.
Potentially.
Mirror shield, probably required, given what we know now. Definitely don't want to go too far without that. Too bad we can't check that now, because, again, no way into Icona without a hook shot. This is a very late hook shot, I might add. Okay, one of the sunken chests is gilded, the other was wooden.
I don't think I've seen that strat to peek the chest here in sewers. That was very interesting.
I have no idea what that is in the cage. It's apparently interesting for Boo.
It looked like it could have been a keg, but I'm not sure.
It's Hook.
Oh, it's Hook.
That is an ugly spot for that, because that is behind sewers. That is behind Goron Mask. Okay. I need to start writing things down. Hold on. This seed is turning dumb very quickly.
It might be a high sphere hook, but it is convenient.
It is. It's an extremely convenient spot for it. Now, hopefully... So that means there's merit in going both directions, north and south, because north gives you at least Elegy, which you need anyway, but going back to Pirate's Fortress gives you Hookshot, which... Yeesh. And that gives us... That gives us access to the well, which if this Swamp Title D turns into nothing, which PainApple's going to let us know in about 3 minutes or so, we're looking at a well seed. Hello?
Required lemons, perhaps?
Maybe.
I will say, this seed is really putting our runners on the Terminal World Tour today.
No kidding.
Go south, to go west, to go north, to go east.
Well, I just saw a wooden chest over there, so once again, nothing guarded by bees. Looks like the other guarded chest is nothing either, so I think there's like 1 or 2 more checks in PFI, but that's it for Boo's Dive, but it does reward them with a Bremen's Mask, which could still be turned in. Boo may wish to invert here.
Yeah, I think if it's the night of the final day, you need to invert in order to have enough time for lemons.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, so yeah, this is a very wise invert right here. And if right well is an issue, then the beans come back into play as well, which we've already established that that's not part of the Foolish Deku Palace. To answer your question, Chad, Bremen's Mask was in Pirate's Fortress interior on the outside upper side.
And here we have the Swamp Title D turn-in, which was behind Letter to Mama and Cafe's mask.
It was not, so Cafe's Mask was not the answer. So it is, in fact, a well seed, folks.
Still in the air, considering we don't know what's on Kamaro.
Right. Right. The Kamaro's gonna bug me now. I'm gonna forget that for a while. And sorry, I feel like I'm a broken record here. Where was All Knight's mask again?
Zora Cape Grotto.
Thank you. Okay, so that only needed bombs, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
And Zora. No. Just bombs.
And those were obnoxiously free. Alright, so yeah, the Cafe's mask chain is not the answer this time. But we are going to see what's behind lemons. We'll see if this is our way of the hero. I have no idea what that is in Path to Snowhead.
I could not tell either. Ooh, I see in chat, they say it was a room key.
Oh, on Path to Snowhead? Okay. That could be something. Oh, right. Booze up. We should be playing Lemon songs. There we go.
Now, even though it's about to transition to night, Boo will not lose their progress on lemons. There will be a little
Very
cutscene, but they will not lose their lemons.
I don't even think it's a cutscene in this particular... Oh, it is. Never mind. Alright, there's one lemon hiding besides this one.
Oh.
Yoo-hoo, lemon. I wonder if Boo saw it while I wasn't... Is that it way in the back there?
I believe so.
No. Oh no, it's right behind that wooden post. Literally
Yes.
polar opposite end of the chicken coop.
Yes,
Thanks, game.
goodness for the lemons map. Yes, thank you, Zoe.
Oh, the lemons are on the map, of course. Yeah, there have been a lot of nice map updates in the more recent updates, like being able to see what how the chest maze plays out and the like. Hello. Oh. Hey, chat. How do you like a forced cycle reset for a keg song? All right, writing this down. I know there's a playthrough in the spoiler log now, but even still, this is funny. So from what I've pieced together so far, we have bombs to Cape Grotto for an All Knight's mask to go to the long story so that you can get Goron mask. That lets you go to sewers for hookshot.
But we also need Zora, so we also need the captain's hat along the way.
Yes. So, and that was... Where's Captain's again?
Captain's was in Woodfall.
Woodfall, of course. Oh, so that needed Deku. So you needed Deku to get to Zora. So you can get the stuff for Goron. Which luckily we started with Deku. Unfortunately, looks like Boo got baited by the Cafe Mask related stuff as well. And now this culminates in a forced keg day 3 for a cycle reset for the ranch song. I mean, it has to be the ranch song has to be important at this stage. If not just for dungeon, because... Now, here's a question, and Fox might have the answer to this. Could the chain for the Woth end at keg? Or if a keg is what is being hinted? Like, could the song just be the end of it under these conditions if the seed is pointing to keg? Oh, we could be looking at a keg castle here. That's ugly.
Yes, but we do need the Lens of Truth in order to do Keg Castle.
Right. The chain could end... The keg could end the Woth chain and ranch. Okay. Is aliens in play? No, because it was not a priority hint. Therefore, it is out. It is out. All right, Painapple also coming to grab the mirror shield and hookshot here.
Yes, it could be... The Song off of Ranch could be Sonata, Goron Lullaby, or Song of Healing. And if it's Sonata, then we know that the chain ends with Keg.
Yes.
If it's Goron or Healing, then there could be something in Snowhead Temple, and we know that there has to be something behind Healing.
True. Yeah, if Healing is the song in Ranch, then yes, we have an interesting development here. If this is all for a wallet on Camaro for ice arrows, as Briegelbatch just pointed out, that is gonna stink, because both runners have already had ice arrows for like almost half an hour.
But still, regardless, the Ranch Wath is very useful, even if it's just pointing to Healing for Camaro, for Wallet, for Ice. It's still helpful because it pointed our runners towards Bremens and doing Bremens.
Indeed.
Or I guess not, because then just doing Healing for a Wallet that they don't necessarily need.
Now, wouldn't it be hilarious if light arrows or lighter fires could be on bank 3? Like, this could just be a double bank seed, double late bank seed, I might add. Like, let's see what the story is with this song, because if it's Sonata, then the chain just straight up ends with Keg, and we can just rush through a dungeon, get boss Blue Warp, and go from there. And then maybe it's Healing, or maybe it's Healing, could be Lullaby. But we need to see what this song is before we go any further. If this is Healing, we're in for a treat here, folks. Let's see.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let the spice flow and the salt be tasty. So what that means is the chain continues, folks. Cue the Luigi's Mansion style grin.
So, at this point, the only healing checks we can do are Camaro and Macau. We know Pamela's dead.
Yeah, and we need lens for Darmani.
Yes. Fox brings up an excellent point. Since we have Woodfall Temple Foolish Accept Song, we know that Goron Lullaby has to be on Boss Blue Warp, and that Sonata has to be on Egos.
Yes, because Woodfall Temple, because it's Foolish Accept for the song, could potentially be your first clearable dungeon. Boo is gonna grab some milk here. This is prep for the well. We're looking at, like, potentially fire or lights in the well at the rate we're going.
So I guess that also means that fire arrows cannot be in Snowhead Temple as well. Because we need them for ghosts.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Yes, you're absolutely right, yeah. Because we need that for Sonata, which is going to give us Lullaby. So you're absolutely right. Fire arrows cannot be in Snowhead Temple at this stage. So we actually could be... Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me think this through. I think that means the Termina Field Wath is Camaro. Because if I'm reading this right, we have not yet satisfied the Termina Field Wath. Yes? Because Cafe's Mask was not the answer.
We still have Gibdo Mask in Termina Field.
We have the Gibdo Mask, but we also haven't healed Camaro.
Yes, that is true.
The way I am reading this, I think the way we have this right now is either... Oh, hi, wallet. Okay, that's the wallet for wallet for ice arrows, which was hook-locked, interestingly. Gonna make a note of that.
Okay, so it's probably not going to be a wallet on Kamaro then. We have this Path to Ikana pillar chest, which is just Gorman mess.
Okay. Oh, an ocean title deed. Well, no better time like the present to turn that in when you get to Icona.
And I believe we did have a big gilded chest on South Clocktown pillar,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, we did.
Ooh, and we are at deed % as well.
True. So yeah, let me think this through. Fire and lights are what we're missing here, yeah? Healing has to lead to something. So, if healing leads to Camaro, then we're in a casino, which is going to be the chain for one of the missing arrow items. Then we're in a casino for the other item. If it is Mikau or Darmani that has the other item, then it's a well seed. Assuming I am reading this right. Because, yeah, what was the first item we picked up in Ranch? It was Zora Mask. Behind, No, it wasn't. Stop, MD. Think.
To answer Chat's question about why can't Keg be Wath for Keg Castle, I think at this point it still could be, but we are also missing a lens of truth for that to be in logic at the moment.
Alright, it looks like Canyon Grotto was nothing. Boo is trying to dolphin dive up to the platform, but is having collision issues. There we go. There's a lot of places where Lens could be now, is the thing. Let's see if Boo decides to check Icona Castle Pillar. Because with Mirror Shield, there is a Keg Castle perfectly in play here.
But we do know that the song off of Egos is Sonata. So, and we know that Woodfall Temple is Foolish Accept's song. And we do have, well...
And Pillar is locked by fire arrows anyway, so... It could be light arrows on Canyon Pillar, but it looks, I think Boo more realistically is preparing for the WoW.
And I was thinking back to the Keg Castle for Wath Keg.
And Painapple is also preparing for the WoW with a blue potion. Gonna turn in the Ocean Title Deed, which results in a heart piece. So yeah, so we're looking at two scenarios, folks. Either healing leads to one of our missing arrow upgrades, or the Keg is Way of the Hero strictly for Keg Castle. But if that's the case, fire arrows have to show up. And Lens. Somewhere else. Which is a little bit weird.
For the Keg to be Wath for Keg Castle, that would imply that the song you get from Egos locks light arrows, correct?
You know what? I think my brain is too fried to figure that out right now.
Because otherwise, you'd be able to do Egos just by using the light arrows.
And then fire later, so you would already need light and fire arrows before doing that.
Yeah, so I don't think the Keg can be Wath for Keg Castle in this case. Since Sonata is behind Egos, and Woodfall Temple is Foolish Accept Song, and, well, I mean, technically we don't have another completable dungeon at the moment, logically, but we could go do Great Bay Temple.
Now, that being said, there is nothing stopping us from waltzing right into Stone Tower Temple right now, if that's where our last arrow upgrade is. Like, if healing Camaro is one of the arrow upgrades, that not only ends the chain, but satisfies the Termina Field Wath, which we haven't done yet. And this is what I was saying earlier about having a Wath unfulfilled this late game is really helpful for possibly isolating your endgame path a little bit. And it's just it just completely boggles my mind that of all the Way of the Heroes that we have not fulfilled, the one missing Wath we haven't fulfilled at the 90-minute mark, it's the Termina Field one. Remember how I said water is wet, but we didn't know the chemical makeup? It most likely has a lot of salt in it.
I think it has a lot of well water.
Yeah, it's got a lot of well water. We're seeing Boo improvise to grab a blue potion here because they do not have the cape wallet. Which, it's really convenient that they happen to have that Mask of Sense lying around.
Yes, I believe we found that mask in... I think it was Pinnacle Rock.
Yes? Now, Painapple does not have healing yet because he does not have Keg. He has not taken the Bremen mask to from Pirate's Fortress to Ranch yet. Curious. Alright, it's not that chest.
Yes, and I believe the Painapple did not grab any beans for well, so he cannot do right side well at the moment.
Alright, and he's double timing. I wonder if this is rushing Ranch. I think Painapple's it's just click with Painapple that it's time. Maybe not. Oh, this is so the scrub is awake. Or is the scrub awake at night?
Which business scrub?
The swamp one. I would assume so, because that's why else would no, why is Painapple accelerated to day 2 here? Okay, he's getting the 200 rupees again. Alright, healing Camaro is the Termina Field Wath. Oh, you already picked up the rupee. Oh dear.
Yes, I believe all of the business scrubs, I think they're open 24 hours.
Yeah,
all
that's
3
what
days.
I thought. Yeah, so I'm curious as to why Painapple is accelerated immediately to day 2. Now, is Camaro our answer? Is the Termina Field Wath that's been nipping at our minds for the last 90 minutes locked behind an obnoxious chain that I've got written down right now for healing from Song of Healing? And it is. Have fun full clearing the game looking for fire arrows, folks.
Well, at least...
The well could be completely bait now.
At least we know fire arrows will not be French vanilla, or in Woodfall Temple.
Yes, that's... So the only 2 major locations that gives us is Stone Tower Temple, the entirety of Stone Tower Temple, minus the bean chests. Wait a minute, the bean chest could be in play. Ignore that bit about the beans. Shrine, and well. Take your pick, they're all bad. Oh, the bean chests are dead. Okay, that's what I thought. And yeah, Painapple is rushing the ranch. It looks like he's connected the dots here.
I wouldn't be surprised if Boo decides to go to Great Bay Temple either. See if
That's true.
fire arrows are there and do fireless Great Bay Temple.
Could be. Yeah, at this time, folks, let's open a bet for fire arrows. Now, again, a reminder to the audience, it cannot be in Woodfall Temple or Snowhead Temple. Given what we know. We know that Egos... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, also, do not bet Smithy 2, because we have one of our always hinted not required gold dust.
You know where it could be that would be really funny right now? We need a lens first, but Smithy 1. Because lens would give us hot spring water.
We don't need a lens for that. We can get hot spring water from the well.
Right. Even
so it could
better.
be Smithy 1. It could be the Twin Islands grotto as well. The one that has the ice over it.
And we've got plenty of bottles to use it.
That we do.
Now, if lights lead to fire arrows, I'm going to laugh. If fire arrows are just an inverted stone tower temple, I'm going to laugh. Or in shrine. If they're behind the light arrows, I'm going to laugh. But yeah, folks, our chain is that our starting Deku Mask leads to... We get early bombs as well. We get Captain's Hat in Woodfall. For Zora Mask in the Graveyard, day 1 specifically. That gives us... Zora Mask gives us... well, the bombs specifically give us the Zora Cape Grotto for All Knights Mask. For the long story to give us Goron Mask, which lets us get into Pyrus Fortress Sewers for a hook shot. Which allows us, well, not by itself, but then we can also clear the rest of Pirate's Fortress for Bremen's Mask and Mirror Shield in the sewers and interior, so that we can get the wallet. The hook gets us the wallet and cape, where the Bremen's Mask gets us Keg on lemons, so that we can get Way of the Hero, Song of Healing for Healing Camaro for light arrows. So, how y'all doing?
Could be Bank 3. We don't know where that other wallet is.
It could be. Now, that's the beauty of a fire arrow casino, because there are a lot of places fire arrows can be. Like, fire arrows is, like, up there among the 3 worst things. Song items, I would say song items are the worst. Light arrows are the next worst, because light arrows don't lock much besides Inverted Stone Tower, Temple, and Shrine. And then fire arrows are pretty bad, because those also don't lock much. I would actually even argue fire arrows is worse than light arrows.
I think the worst place for fire arrows to be right now is Mirror Shield Chest.
That is a terrible spot for fire arrows, because that means you have to do well with a stick.
Exactly, and I don't...
That being said, we are going to see our Great Bay Temple play from Boo. So, the thing about this, folks, is it is still anybody's race. Because we are now in a fire arrow casino, it is literally just going to come down to who gets what first. And who makes the right call. Now, if Painapple keeps playing Simon Says with Boo here, he's not going to find fire first. Oh, and Mario died. But yeah, I would wager Painapple is going to... I think he was stunned for a second. Or maybe just writing it down. But either way, this seed is funny. This seed is so funny.
Yes, I am very glad I am watching and commentating this race rather than playing it.
Me too. This is why I love doing what I do. So that we can decipher trash, unconceivable logic like this. Inconceivable logic. You get the idea.
Now, I don't think we saw Boo heal Macau.
We did not. So for all we know, Healy could just be locking both arrow upgrades, which would be funny.
Now watch Macau have the other wallet, and then it's bank 3 for fire.
That'd be funnier. Whoa, that was an interesting bomb bow boost there from Boo.
I will say it has been very entertaining watching Boo's execution, because they have been on point with pretty much everything that they've been executing, especially with the bomb jumps. I was watching when they were in the graveyard as well. It was very impressive.
Nope, just bomb choose. So Painapple, I think Painapple's already accelerated tonight. Yeah, Painapple's already accelerated tonight, so I would wager Healing Camaro is on his mind. Oh, there's a big chest. Is it literally just fire chilling right here? Nope. That's useless, Bunny Hood. Thanks, game. Thanks a bunch. Ooh, I see a bet for bar concert. Unfortunately, Gorman was already hinted dead. Have we seen the Ocean Title Deed? Yes. Ocean Title Deed was nothing.
I believe we have seen what has been on all of our deed turn-ins today.
Yes. The exception being the Moons tier.
Yes. Ooh.
Oh, Pictobox. That's... I mean, it's a check. It's not a check you want to be doing at this stage, but it is a check. Alright, so again, reminder to the audience, there is an active bet going for fire arrows. You still have a few more minutes to place your bet for that. We would again like to remind the audience that it cannot be in Woodfall Temple or Snowhead Temple due to Foolish Hint and song arrangements. So please bear in mind. It also will not be on Gorman, the Ocean Spider House chest, any of the Spider House rewards, boat archery, gold behind gold dust, or anything of that nature.
Yes, and all of our always hints are dead as well. Fire arrows could be off of the heart container from Twin Mold.
Could be. Yeah, they could be literally, besides the two Foolish Temples. Because, yeah, at this point, you might as well just write off Snowhead Temple as foolish. But yeah, besides Snowhead and Woodfall Temples, they could be literally anywhere that we haven't already seen hinted dead. Boo, nailing the jump slash on Wart. That's what you like to see. Great Fairy Sword making life easy. I mean, Great Fairy Sword, Extended Magic, Double Defense, all of which we got in like the first 16, 17 minutes.
And it's not Wart, at least in Great Bay Temple. Could be Wart and Shrine, though.
Could be. So yeah, again, right now both runners kind of playing Simon Says, so it's not giving Painapple any edges that he would want to have right now. That being said, both runners are... Well, actually, Painapple is doing GBT while waiting to heal Camaro. So this actually kind of plays out. Painapple will get light arrows after GBT, assuming he does not get sidetracked by the Pictobox or any other bait that may show up in here. But this will put him in the same casino scenario as Boo. And then once again, it just comes down to who finds it first. So at this point, if it's not GBT, we are looking at someplace in Stone Tower Temple, Mirror Shield Chest, or Mirror Shield Chest or Left Side Well.
Right side well. We did
right
check
side well,
left side.
Excuse me, yes.
I mean, we could take left side well for that hot spring water.
It could be behind the hot spring water, so Smithy 1 or Hot Spring Water Grotto. If we find the lens, it could be on Darmani.
I will say, at this point, fire arrows are not in GBT since Wart is logically fire arrow locked.
And we've pretty much seen everything else beyond this point as well. So yeah, Boo's gonna wrap up GBT here. That was a fast GBT for Boo. I don't think they made any mistakes in there. At least nothing major.
The room can path the Snowhead could lead to the fire arrows, but it all depends on where lens is.
Right, because that's lens locked. Okay. Alright, Painapple's gonna grab Pictobox here. Looks like Boo missed the boomerang shot there. You know what we haven't seen, and I'm surprised to say this 2 races in a row? No FD before remains.
Oh.
Like, FD before remains is like, well, at least when I call races, extremely common, but not the case the last couple. Surprisingly.
FD definitely could be in Snowhead Temple, for all we know, since I believe you've already found the Giant's Mask.
Yes. It just can't be in Woodfall Temple, because FD can still not be in a foolish location.
That is correct. That was a very clean GBT from Boo.
Indeed, and they will be rewarded with a gilded sword.
Which they'll be picking up. Can't blame them. It's always nice to have. Even if you have Great Fairy Sword, it's just nice to have. It looks pretty.
Anyway, there's our Lullaby on Boss Blue Warp.
I think if I were Boo, I'd probably check either Stone Tower Temple or Shrine next.
Right now, it looks like Boo is going for the hot spring water. Interesting.
Can't blame them for that either. It's just about the right time of day for it. And it's in logic due to hot spring water in the well.
Indeed, and Boo most likely is considering that.
Boo taking an extra look at the blue potion, probably thinking about well.
Oh yeah, they're thinking about well 100%. Yeah, interesting that Boo might just be taking a gamble that, well, if it's in well, and also they may be thinking about the Gibdo mask, because for all we know, the hint logic could have stopped the way of the hero at Keg. So technically, the Termina Fieldwath could still be the Gibdo mask. Like, there's a world. So that's probably what Boo is considering.
Not hot spring water grotto today.
Oh, Fox, do you mean the Wath logic when you say can't read it that way? Please elaborate. All right, we are going to see Smithy 1. Boo has the money for it. That's it.
That's it.
Wow, that is a guess from Boo right there, and it just paid off tremendously. So yeah, that is going to put Boo in go mode with 3 temples. That's a really good go mode. So fire arrows were not locked by light arrows, but they were effectively locked by the well. So the
as
way
far as we know, that Gibdo was Way of the Hero.
Just for the hot spring water, that is spicy. And Gibdo was in the Zora sunken chest, yes? Yes.
Yes, the Zora Cape sunken chest, I believe. No. Was it the one in Termina Field? Termina Field. Gotcha. We're talking about Termina Field. Of course it's in Termina Field.
Yeah, I mean, if Lens is behind fire arrows, then yeah, the well is required for hot spring water. But if Lens is just chilling like in Stone Tower Temple or something, then that could have worked as well. So. But yeah, the chain for light arrows does end there. So yeah, again, to remind the audience what that chain was, it was starting Deku Mask and starting Bow and Bombs, because those were all like literally the freest things ever. Gives you Captain's Hat in Woodfall, so that you may get Zora Mask in Day 1 Grave, with Zora Mask in tow and All Night Mask from the Cape Grotto. You then get Goron Mask on the All Night's Mask on Grandma Long Story, so that you can get into Pirate's Fortress sewers for Hookshot, and while you're at Pirate's Fortress, get your Bremen's Mask and Mirror Shield, because you need Mirror for a song. But Bremen's Mask gives you a Way of the Hero Ranch Lemons for Powder Keg for Song of Healing on the Ranch Song after a forced cycle reset, by the way, for Light Arrows on Healing Camaro. But yeah, right now, Boo is very much in a position to take this race. Boo is not only ahead by a temple clear, but they're also in go mode. Even if PainApple were to immediately rush Smithy 1, he's at least a few minutes behind. Not to mention still has to heal Camaro for light arrows on top of that. So yeah, it is very much looking like Boo's race to lose here.
Yes, and with several hearts and double defense and Great Fairy Sword, I don't think Boo's going to have trouble at all with Majora.
Ooh, took a fall there in Snowhead Temple. Not the worst in the world, because you can just, void out your way back up. I think PainApple's just about to finish off George here. There we go. So PainApple will be rewarded with his Gilded Sword. Oh no! Down Boo goes again. Snowhead Temple 2. Boo also technically 2 when they make the jump later. So.
There we go.
All right, so that being said, Boo had no trouble with Wizrobe. To answer your question, Shaq, Couple's Mask was...
Labfish, I believe.
Yes. Was Couple's Mask important for anything?
Couple's Mask gave us Letter to Mama, so
right, that
no.
led to nothing. All right, Painapple is going to just barely make Healing Camaro, I might add. This will reward him with light arrows, and then he now enters the Fire Arrow Casino. The dreaded Fire Arrow Casino. All right, Boo is on Goat. You know, if our runners are really just that lucky, then FD is just going to fall on our lap here on Goat. Because that's pretty much the only chance you have for FD at this stage. Painapple is going for the Poe sisters first.
Oh, Painapple might be thinking about doing Stone Tower Temple and just doing Poe Hut since it'll be locked out upon Stone Tower Temple completion.
Indeed, and honestly, from Painapple's perspective, this is very sensible. In a casino scenario, you have a choice. You can either prioritize the one-offs and hope your gamble paid off, or you can prioritize density and hope it falls on your lap. Stone Tower Temple is the density play.
Sorry, I'm just reading chat, hoping for Day 3 Pillar and Clocktown for FD.
That'd be apparently a funny spot for it.
It's exactly what happened in my race, except there was no way I was going for it because that check completely left my memory.
Oh my.
Yes, Regal, that would never happen.
Alright, and Boo, before leaving Snowhead Temple, is immediately going to proceed to Night of the Final Day. And yeah, a Go Mode Stone Tower Temple and a Go Mode Woodfall Temple especially will be super quick. So yeah, that's an appropriate time of day cycle.
And as we're getting close to the end of our race, happy 2 hours, everybody!
Indeed, you join us in what is now becoming the wind down of a race in the Majora's Mask Randomizer Season 5 brackets, upper brackets, round 1, Boo versus Painapple. Boo has just recently entered Go Mode after picking up a Casino Fire Arrows on Smithy 1, which required Hot Spring Water, which currently, based on what we currently have, was well locked. I am Captain MD13 on comms. I'm joined tonight by KT Bean. Our race is being tracked and restreamed tonight by Saberstorm. And we hope you've enjoyed what has frankly been a bit of a seed train wreck here from a logic perspective, because we had a Way of the Hero Termina field, which ended up being light arrows on Healing Camaro, which required getting Bremen's Mask in Pirate's Fortress Interior, for Keg in a Way of the Hero Ranch, for Song of Healing, which also very conveniently was on Romani's game, behind that Keg, giving us that healing for Camaro.
will say I do appreciate that our runners are holding hands going up Stone Tower Temple right now.
Indeed, Fire Arrow kerfuffle notwithstanding, they both basically have the same gear. The sink? Literally synced elegy? Alright. What's our tune for Inverted Stone Tower? Is it anything good? Shadow Temple. I guess that's fair enough. Stone Tower Temple is very ghosty-like and creepy.
Say between all the temples, it's probably the most creepy.
Yeah, Woodfall's not too bad. Snowheads is just icy, and GBT just has too much water. Whoops, back up a wee bit there, yeah.
Oh.
Yep, a little bit of air vent issues there. Up we go.
So, going back to the whole kerfuffle with the finding a bean in a foolish Deku Palace, it's just coincidence that, as far as we know, all the bean checks have led to nothing. That's just pure coincidence, correct?
I believe so, because again, the way we're running with this right now is that because beans were in logic from the very beginning, courtesy of Deku Mask starting item and easy way to access to Deku Palace, courtesy of an obnoxious amount of bows, that those beans from Bean Daddy specifically are not counted in a foolish Deku Palace.
Gotcha. That would be like saying if West Clocktown is foolish, then red potions are foolish, I guess.
If red potions were bought from the store, you mean, then yes. In that context,
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's the kind of what we're running off of here. Yeah, the hints were brain teasers today for sure. And again, the last Wath we satisfied, strangely enough, was the Termina Field Wath for light arrows. Never mind. I'm thinking about something else.
And there was no possible way to fulfill that Termina Field Wath anything but last, considering that we needed the Zora from the Wath Ikana Graveyard and the healing from the Wath Romani Ranch in order to get those lights.
Yes.
Zora for the Bremen mask that gave the keg.
Oh, I can't wait to recite this back to the runners. Hey, can we put new batteries in Painapple's music speakers, please? The music appears to have gone silent. I know it's a thing with Inverted Stone Tower Temple, but even still. Oh, that's a big chest. Painapple is also down to 3/4 of a heart, and the seed is currently laughing at him as a result. Oh, hi, FD.
I was just thinking it could be FD. I will say this is an incredible Hyrule Castle remix from Breath of the Wild. I think it really fits the N64 sound font really well.
It does. But yeah, I had PainApple's audio up until now, and apparently PainApple's low hard audio is the is just ha. So literally, the seat has been laughing at him for the last 2 minutes. Okay, light arrows just whiffed. Never seen that before. Alright, Boo's now gonna go grab Sonata and then quickly wrap up Woodfall Temple. Should be okay on in-game time, but absolute worst case scenario could invert if things get to go south fast.
They have plenty of time.
Okay, despite not wearing a mask, those Redeads just absolutely did not care. Boo really is on the speed highway right now. Ooh, and another thing is because we're now on day 2, PainApple is locked out from Smithy 1, so it would be a forced cycle reset. That's unfortunate.
I wonder if it has crossed his mind that it's in logic due to hot spring water from the well.
I'm more guessing that PainApple is taking a gamble that it is someplace on the path, or like maybe behind light arrows. That could be why PainApple hasn't done something, because Smithy by itself is a bit of a slow check, because you have to go get the hot spring water and then dump it.
That is true.
So I think PainApple is probably prioritizing density and efficiency over the isolated checks. Whereas Boo chose the isolated checks, and that was the answer.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if PainApple heads over to Shrine right now after Twin Mold.
I wouldn't either. That's, from his perspective, that's one of the more sensible things to do.
It's probably what I would do. And I would think in the back of my mind, man, it could be Smithy 1.
Meanwhile, Boo is just going to breeze through this Woodfall Temple here. Not much to do besides grab the boss key and then hookshot your way to Aldawa. Boo has been making really good use of those arrow-induced bomb boosts, by the way. Not quite sure what Boo was doing with the Elementor arrows. That might have just been a button mispress. Sword beams are being a little stubborn for PainApple there, but he does at least have FD to back him up with this Twin Mold.
See in chat pointing out that PainApple is only missing 3 masks. And we actually do know where one of them is. We know that the Keaton mask is on Hugo.
Yes.
We have found nearly every single mask.
We have not.
This
yeah,
race.
we've seen Keaton. We have not seen Mask of Truth, and we have not seen what's the other mask we're missing here?
Stone
It's obviously
mask.
a junk stone, of course. Yeah. Meanwhile, Boo had a pretty clean Gecko fight for the boss key, and now they're just going to yeet their way into Oldawa.
Yes, and Painapple heading right towards Shrine, which, again, it makes complete sense from his perspective. It's 5 checks, pretty quick with Great Fairy Sword as well.
Yeah, if you're Painapple, especially, and I would do the exact same thing. If I would play to my strengths, which usually for me is getting combat checks done when I have the higher end gear. So if this were me in that scenario, I would do the exact same thing. And just get the combat out of the way while I have the tools for it. Nope, hookshotting up the dragonfly is not a good idea. Boo, and then of course the other one's like, hey, remember me?
Now, whenever I walk into this room, it's on sight. I take them down.
Fair enough. Did any of y'all see a boss just now?
Sorry, I blinked.
I didn't. Boom, Boo gets a nice heart piece for a free heal right before Majora, but he elects to not take it because why not? Got plenty of health, don't need it. And double D.
In all seriousness, that was a very clean Odalwa kill from Boo's side. That was very interesting to set up a jump slash to be in the right position to start doing spin attacks. That was very clean.
Indeed. Yeah, Boo has been basically just cruising through the Dagomo dungeons, save for a few mild hiccups in Snowhead. But yeah, they've definitely been edging out over Painapple on the execution front, although, that being said, you know, this seed really just came down to the Fire Hour Casino. And yeah, despite the weird, despite how weirdly this seed play out, it is going to be a sub, maybe even sub 220, for Boo.
It'll be close without FD, but with Great Fairy Sword, ooh, and they'll have to pick up some magic probably.
Yeah, at least we got extended magic nice and early in Woodfall.
There we go.
Problem solved.
And we don't have to worry about arrows, considering we reached bow percent within the first half hour.
Yeah. I mean, bow was literally, all 3 bows were literally in logic after Zora Mask. Well, the first 2 were free, but the third one was after Zora. Alright, good first half of phase 1. But yeah, Painapple just going after Ward again. Although that eye pattern is not good. Nevertheless, he skates around it. Somewhat appropriate incarnation music, go! And Majora just moonwalks right in the middle of the bomb. In the middle of view where the bomb was going off. Ooh, nice throw from Boo, knowing exactly where to land that bomb. Did Aldala just do a get down, Miss Demigod?
I believe so, Adolwa. It's just, I'll take this for you.
And that is going to do it. Boo takes that with race with an official race time GG time of, as soon as the bot finally decides to load it, 2:18:35. GG's for Boo, who will take the first race in their brackets. The Painapple has DNF'd and will not be finishing. Hopefully both runners will join us for an interview.
The Painapple has said in chat, get ready for 15 minutes of Camaro dance.
Fair enough. So yeah, Painapple joins us in the chat. GG to you. So you had already discussed it with Boo in chat, but yeah, the answer was unfortunately Smithy 1, which, as far as we are aware, required well hot spring water. Unless, Saber, if you are able to punch up the spoiler log at this point, it would be nice to know where Lens wound up. Alright, so we might... Okay, so Boo's not going to join us for an interview, but is joining us in Twitch chat. But yeah, so again, to the both of you, GGs.
Yes, GG.
Yeah, we had a fun time putting that one together. Our logic chain for tonight was, starting Deku, starting early bow and bombs. You get Captain's Hat in Woodfall. You take bombs to Cape Grotto for All Knight's Mask. You do Grandma Long Stories for the Goron Mask, and you do the Sunken Termina Field Chest for Gibdo, because that was well logic, based on what we know. Goron Mask gets you Hookshot in Pirate's Fortress Sewers, which you can take past that to go into Interior, or just go straight through from Sewers. To get Bremen's Mask and Mirror Shield in Pirate's Fortress Interior. You also need to stop by, technically, for the Wallet and Cape for Ice, but Bremen Mask gets you to Way of the Hero Ranch for Keg, forcing a cycle reset for Song of Healing on Romani's game, for Light Arrows on Healing Camaro. So that's where it comes down to tonight, for Light specifically. Then it basically just became a Fire Arrow Casino. Boo saying in chat they didn't want to leave it for a different cycle, which, yeah, I mean, already having to cycle reset after Keg, definitely I can understand that. Not wanting to do another one.
And we did have that that wallet was required for both fire and ice arrows as well, considering we needed that wallet for Smithy 1 as well as Bank 2.
Yes, that's very true.
I wonder where the other wallet was.
Good question.
Definitely want to know where that lens was and where the other wallet is. And we were almost at mask percent. If we knew where the Stone Mask and Mask of Truth were.
Well, Mask of Truth was on Pictograph Contest.
Oh yeah, we found that in where was that? That was like in
Great
our
Bay Temple.
Yeah, it was in Great Bay Temple. So that was during our Fire Arrow Casino. Saber, where was Lens?
Lens was in Snowhead Temple, compass chests.
Okay, so it was behind Lullaby. So, which was on Boss Blue Warp. So there's a world you could have technically gotten that before fire, before hot spring water, or before well, yes?
Yes.
But it would be a dumb world.
Yes.
And
the other wallet was in springtime.
Okay, so it was behind fire, so literally impossible. What about Stone Mask? That's our last question from chat.
Stone Mask, also in springtime.
Okay, looks like
Okay.
we weren't getting mask percent anyway. But still, nonetheless, fantastic seed to watch. Certainly a fantastic one to decipher, because that Termina, of all the Watts we would solve last, Termina Field was not the first on our minds. We thought it was going to be End Water is Wet because of the bow at first, and then the East Clocktown bow showed up, and we were like, well, never mind.
Yes, and the bean situation at the start was also very interesting, trying to figure out if beans were foolish or not.
Yeah, and to clarify with our runners, as we understand it, because beans were in play from Bean Daddy immediately, those are not considered in a Foolish Deku Palace, so the beans would have worked. Those would not have been, even though the first bean pickup was considered foolish and vanilla, I might add. But the beans purchase was not. So that would have been, although it is hilarious also that the beans also led to Cafe's Mask, which led to a bait. Was it a bait swamp title deed? Yeah, a bait swamp title deed on, I want to say Madame Aroma. Was it Madame Aroma 2 or Midnight Meeting? I think it was Madame Aroma 2. So, yeah. Hilarious bait chain for a Way of the Hero Cafe Mask. Potential Way of the Hero Cafe Mask. We know the Way of the Hero was Lights at this stage, but I think that basically solidifies Lights as the Way of the Hero for Termina Field, since there is, again, a world where you could have gotten Lens for Hot Spring Water.
Yes.
So we finally pieced together the train wreck that was that seed. Runners in chat, do you have any other questions or anything else you both would like to say before we close out tonight? But other than that, I have nothing else I'd like to ask. KT Bean, what about you?
I don't have anything, but I see Boo in chat saying that they did ignore Stumpy before Hook because of the Foolish Bean.
Yeah, and to be fair, that ended up being bait, although they did go back for it. Because, yeah, Painapple was the first to that, although Boo improvised with bomb boosting with Goron, which is perfectly fine. But, yeah, it just turned out that despite the bean kerfuffle, that even though that was a potential Wath Cafe Mask, it ended up just being bait. Hilarious bait, but bait. That being said, yeah, I think that's everything I have to say. I think we're ready to close it out.
Alrighty then. You're gonna send us over to ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, where they're doing a Twilight Princess randomizer. I think it's a qual for their tournament. And have a good night, everybody.